it's gonna be our second video in a series of many more to come informative videos through our official channel Pakistan Strategic Forum. And today we're gonna answer the questions about JF-17 Thunder Block 3 asked by our esteemed members. Now, starting with my introduction, I'm one of the proud member of Pakistan Strategic Forum. My call sign is Green Antidote. I'm serving PSF in the capacity of a senior analyst on current and world affairs. I also head PSF Instagram team. I'm delighted to have Antai, who is not only the founder of PSF, but he's also one of the most senior analysts we have. And today, he will also be the one to answer your questions about JF-17 Thunder Block 3. Welcome to our video, Antai.
Thank you so much, Green Antidote. It's a pleasure to answer the questions asked by respected members. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, Antai. Now, before going to the questions, we would request you to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon to keep having all the updates from our channel. Now, we will start answering the questions asked by our esteemed audience at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. So the first questions our followers have asked is, how many hardpoints are gonna be there in JF-17 Block 3?
Yeah, it's a very commonly asked questions, and people in Pakistan and even in abroad are worried about it or ask many questions about it. Now today we will solve this mystery. As per our sources, JF-17 Thunder Block 3 will have 8 hardpoints. Additional hardpoint will be on the chin, on the nose of the Thunder, which will carry the targeting pod, which is AZL pod with the Turkish one, and the jamming pod KG600. So this is the additional hardpoint which is added into the Block 3. But I would like to add here that some of our sources are indicating that maybe Block 3 will have 9 hardpoints, but right now we will stick to the 8 hardpoints thing. Thank you, Green Antidote.
Thank you so much, Antai. Very detailed answer. Moving on to our next question, which by the way is a very interesting one, referring to its capabilities. And the question is, which radar is going to be there in JF-17 Thunder Block 3? And if you can also tell us about its range.
Okay, yeah, it's also a very commonly asked question, and there is a lot of confusion in the social media that which radar will gonna be used in JF-17 Thunder Block 3. Well, JF-17 Thunder Block 3 will use KLJ-7A AESA radar, which is the state-of-the-art radar. And as far as its ranges are talked about, or you wanna know about the ranges, it's like 150 to 170 nautical miles. And if you wanna know about in kilometers, it would be like in 270 kilometer to 310 plus kilometers. So we can safely say that it's between 250 kilometers and 310 kilometers. Thank you.
Great, I'm really excited about this.
And one more thing I want to add over here, that the AESA radar works on TRM modules, transmitter receiver modules, and you will be glad to know that KLJ-7A has 1000, or some sources say that it may have 1200 plus TRM modules in it, which will make it a very lethal radar, because number of TRMs increase the range of the radar, the situational awareness of the radar, thus increasing its performance. So it will be a great addition to the JF-17 Thunder Block 3.
Great, good to know that. Alright, before I have to move to third question, I have to tell you something, that the next question is one of my personal favorite questions that caters to the combat capabilities. And the question has 3 parts. The first one is, are there dual racks for BVRMs beyond visual range missiles for JF-17 Block 3? The second one is, will JF-17 Thunder Block 3 carry PL-15 missile? And the third one is, what is the range of PL-15 missile?
Oh yeah, it's I would say it's also my personal favorite question. So I'm gonna answer it like this, that yeah, there will be dual racks in JF-17 Thunder Block 3, but I would add here that the dual racks will be for SD10 BBRM, not for PL-15. First of all, this is the thing. PL-15 is quite heavy and quite big, so you should not expect dual racks for PL-15, but yeah, for SD-10 there will be dual racks. PL-15 is coming with the Block-3. And now moving to the third part of the question, the range of PL-15. The range of PL-15 will be between 105 nautical miles to 135 nautical mile, depending upon the condition, from which platform it's fired, from which altitude it has been fired. So I would say that if you want to talk about the ranges in kilometers, it would be like between 180-185 kilometers to 250 kilometers. So the radar of the JF-17 Thunder, which is obviously KLJ-7A, we told you, it will guide PL-15 to up to 250 kilometers, which is its maximum range, because radar's maximum range is 300 kilometers. So it's very easy for the radar to guide the PL-15 up to 250 kilometers, because the radar range is 300 kilometers. Thank you so much, Green Antidote.
Thank you so much, Entai. I have to say it was a very detailed and realistic answer. Alright, we do have a very interesting next question that, by the way, will speak volumes about JF-17 Thunder Block-3. And the question asked by our esteemed members is, which engine is used in JF-17 Block-3?
6 months back, I was also curious that which engine will be used, but now the mystery has been solved. JF-17 will use Russian RD-93MA. There are multiple reasons why we're gonna use Russian RD-93MA. First of all, current blocks are using Russian RD-93, which we know. But Russia has developed a special engine which is known as RD-93MA, especially for JF-17 Thunder. So we're gonna use it because we already have MRO facility of RD-93. PF is very much satisfied with RD-93, and RD-93 is providing maximum power to the radar of the JF-17 Thunder. So PF is now sticking with the Russian RD-93MA. And one more thing I would like to add here, that RD-93MA will be very cost effective engine in terms of service. It will provide more service hours. It will be smokeless. Completely, it would be a very good package for the Block-3. It will be a great addition. It would have more thrust. So you can expect RD-93MA's performance like 15 to 20% better than the previous RD-93. Thank you.
Sounds great. Looking forward to have this engine on our fighter jets. Alright, the next question, which by the way is yet another much debated question on social media, is what is the weight carrying or payload capacity in JF-17 Thunder Block-3?
Yeah, it's again a question which is asked by many respected members and many people around the globe and stuff. So right now JF-17 Thunder Block-3 is in testing phase. Yeah, we can give the estimate what will be the payload capacity of the JF-17 Thunder Block-3, but right now we can't give you the exact number that what will be the capacity, payload capacity. But yeah, I can give you some indications, or I would give you some points from which you can assume and you can calculate it. Obviously its payload capacity has been increased from the previous blocks. The first point is that use of more composite material. When you make the airframe, you use more composite materials these days, and in Block-3 we have used a lot of composite materials, so its weight is less, hence payload capacity will be increased. And then the wings have been strengthened, so obviously again payload capacity has been increased. And then the new engine RD-93MA, which is providing extra thrust to the Block-3. Obviously all these factors will have a positive impact on the payload capacity. So we can say that yeah, payload capacity will be increased, but how much of it will be increased, only PF can answer, and on the right time when the JF-17 Thunder is in service of PF. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Entai. I really hope your answer will put all the theories to rest now. Alright, moving on to our next question, which by the way is yet another interesting question by our members. And the question is, will Block-3 have an HMD, that is the helmet mounted display, and will Block-3 have a WVR within visual range design?
So as we all know that right now JF-17 is using the HUD of J-20, right? So in case of HMD, yeah, Thunder Block 3 will have HMD, but the name of HMD right now I can't tell you. Nobody can tell you. It will be revealed on the proper time. And yeah, when we come to the within visual range missile, yes, Block 3 will have a new within visual range missile, which is PL-10, which is a Hobbs missile, because with HMD you need a proper new within visual range missile. So PL-10 is coming.
Great. Thank you so much, Antai. Well, before moving on to our next question, I have to tell you that the next question is a really unique one. The question asked by our members is, does JF-17 Block 3 has an onboard oxygen generating system?
So whoever asked this question, I would say that he has a good knowledge in aviation. So my answer to this, that yes, it will have onboard oxygen generating system.
Thank you, Antai. Well, the next question asked by our esteemed followers, which by the way, when I have this question in mind, is JF-17 Thunder Block 3 in development phase or in production phase? And what is its possible induction date?
Okay, yeah. Right now we have seen one sortie of JF-17 Thunder, obviously in China. So I would say, or our sources suggest that right now it's in developing phase. Obviously, the first phase is that you fly that particular aircraft and then you start integrating weapons into it obviously on the prototype, and then the production phase comes. Okay, so right now it's in developing phase. I would say that it will remain in the developing phase for like 6 months or 8 months or so, or maybe 10 months, and then we will see slow batch production, and only then it can be integrated into the Air Force. And I can safely say that it would take almost like an year and a half or maybe to induct the JF-17 Thunder Block 3 into the Pakistan Air Force, but we will be seeing JF-17 Thunder Block 3 in Pakistan maybe in like 6 to 8 months. So this is the answer. Thank you.
Well, really looking forward to it. Alright, moving on to our next question, which again refers to its combat capabilities. The question is, does JF-17 Block 3 has an IRST, that is infrared search and track system?
Okay, many people suggest that it will have IRST, but our sources say that it won't have IRST. Now I will give you two reasons why it won't have IRST. First of all, Thunder is a light combat aircraft. Its nose is not that big. Usually the IRST is present on the nose in front of the cockpit of the aircraft. You can take the example of J-10C, you can take the example of JAS 39 Gripen. Even in Block 60 F-16 Fighting Falcon, you will see a dome shaped thing which is IRST in front of the cockpit on the nose. First of all, Thunder's nose is small, okay, so we don't have that particular place for IRST. And the second reason is that Thunder is right now using a targeting pod, which is the Turkish one, ALCM pod. So the ALCM pod would provide some sort of IRST capabilities, but I would say that Thunder won't be having a dedicated IRST. This is my answer to the question. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the much realistic and detailed answer, Antai. Well, moving on to our next question asked by our esteemed followers. The question is, what is the RCS, that is radar cross section, of JF-17 Thunder Block 3?
Okay, right now we can't really comment on the RCS of Block 3 because it's right now in developing phase. We can give the estimates, or we can just wild guess, but I won't be wild guessing over here. So let's assume that its RCS will be like Block 2 or maybe less than Block 2. Obviously we can safely say that obviously it will have less RCS than Block 2, but right now, just to be on the safe side, we will say it will have some sort of same RCS like Block 2, because we really don't know, nobody really in the market really don't know what will be the RCS of Block 3. Okay, so this is the answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Antai. Well, I've got to say that the next question is gonna be once again the most debated question on the social media, and the question is JF-17 Thunder Block 3 a 4th generation or 4.5 generation fighter jet?
Up to the Block 2, it's 4th generation aircraft. Okay, coming to Block 3, I would say it's a 4+ generation aircraft because it has excellent AESA radar, it has excellent engine, It has excellent EW capabilities. It can carry targeting pods. It can carry reconnaissance pod. It has built-in EW systems. It has everything which a modern 4 plus generation aircraft has. So I would say that it's a 4 plus generation aircraft because of the two factors, mainly the two factors, obviously, the radar and the missiles. So it's a proper 4 plus generation aircraft. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hentai. Well, the next one is asked by our followers is, will JF-17 Thunder Block 3 have conformal fuel tanks, that is CFTs?
I was one day wondering on the internet, I saw a picture of Thunder with the airframe of JAS-39 Gripen and conformal tanks of F-16, and it was written like some mixture of three aircraft. So Thunder is a light combat aircraft, we have to understand that. And conformal tanks basically provide you capability to go deep into the enemy space because they carry extra fuel. Okay, so in case of Thunder, Thunder won't be having CFTs. Even Block 3 won't have CFTs. Okay, but let me add here that CFT to add CFT into the particular airframe is not that much of a big deal. If needed, we can add CFTs, but right now Thunder is carrying systems on board. So and moreover, Thunder is not a strike platform to go deep inside to the enemy territory and strike over there. So there is first of all no need of CFTs, and if there is a need, CFTs can be added into the Thunder, but right now I can't say that they will be added, but they can be added. Okay, so Thunder Block 3 won't be having CFTs as of now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hentai. I believe your answer is gonna clarify all the doubts of our followers. But the next one again refers to the combat capabilities, and the question asked by our followers is, can JF-17 Thunder Block 3 fire RAD ALCM air-launched cruise missile?
As far as the official statement from PF goes, there's no official statement on it. Okay, but sources indicate that even Block 2 can fire RAD ALCM. With version of RAD ALCM, I can't really predict or won't say which version, but some pictures and some sources suggest that even Block 2 can fire RAD. So I would say, and I can safely say that yeah, RAD will be fired from Block 3, and even Block 2 can fire. For that, for reference, you can even check an article on our website. So we have an article in which we wrote and give some sort of evidence that Block 2 even can fire RAD. Thank you so much.
Well, our enemies have much to inhale now. Alright, the next question asked by our members is, will JF-17 Thunder Block 3 have stealth coating or not?
Okay, first of all, to answer this question, first of all, we have to understand what is stealth coating. Stealth is the feature in which the aircraft doesn't, comes into the enemy's radar. Okay, up to certain limit, up to some limits that it is not visible into the enemy's radar. So I can't really say that it will have stealth coating or not, because it's a feature which can be added anytime. Okay, even you can see in F-16Vs or F-16 Block 72 recently they have added the stealth coating paint onto the airframe. So it's not a feature which can't be added later. It's a very, I would say, not a common feature, but it is a feature which can be easily integrated into the JF-17 Thunder. So I would say right now I can't say that it's added or not added, but sources say that it's not right now on the JF-17 Thunder Block 3. Thank you.
I hope that clarifies. Alright, moving on to the next question, I've got to tell you something, that this question is the one that even I'm thinking about day and night. And the question is, how many JF-17 Thunder Block 3 fighter jets will be inducted in Pakistan Air Force?
Okay, so look, officially there is no statement from PF that how many will be inducted, exactly how many. But if we check the history of the JF-17 Thunder, first 50 will be added of Block 1 standard, then 50 were planned, but eventually 12 more ordered. Like now we have 62 brand new Block 2 JF-17 Thunders. But if sources are to be believed, Block 3 pieces will be like 50 or maybe more, depending upon the condition, depending upon the circumstances, depending upon what is the requirement of PAF. It can be between 50 to 100 or maybe even 150. We can't really tell, but I can tell you that it would be a very good number.
Thank you so much, Antai, for a much realistic answer.
Thank you.
Alright, moving forward, we do have our last but not least question is, will JF-17 Thunder Block 3 replace Mirages?
Look, first of all, we have to understand the concept of replacing one aircraft with the other with the another aircraft. Okay, right now PF Mirages are not the ordinary Mirages we see. Okay, PF Mirages are very highly upgraded one under the Project Rose. So PF Mirages are not the simple Mirages. They are very highly upgraded Mirages, and you have seen a demo on 27th February 2019 in which PF Mirages were carrying standoff munition or standoff weapons, which is H4, and crossed the LOC and bombed the Indian targets, Indian military positions. Okay, so when your aircraft is providing you the excellent services, why you have to replace that particular aircraft? Okay, and yes, there is a plan, or there will always be a plan to replace Mirages, but who knows with what aircraft. It can be replaced by JF-17 Thunder, but not like, it's not gonna happen in like 2-3 years or even in 5 years. Maybe they will be replaced, Mirages will be replaced by the Block 3 or maybe some other platform. We really can't know, we really can't comment on it. So when your platform is providing you the excellent services and you have seen the demo of it, so there is no need to say that we have to replace Mirages. Even America uses U2. Even now they use. So why we are in a hurry to replace a very good, very capable aircraft? There is no need to replace Mirages right now. Yeah, they will be replaced, but with Block 3 or maybe some other platform, only time will tell. Thank you so much, Green Editor.
Thank you so much, Antai. And before I wrap up this question answer session, I would like to ask you something, that if there's any more information that you'd like to add or share with our audience.
I think I have answered almost all the questions that were realistic, or they were answerable, or they were asked by the our respected audience, but I would like to add some particular points over here. JF-17 Thunder is built in collaboration and cooperation with our time-tested friend China. Okay, this aircraft is based on block building concept, and you have seen a lot of modifications from Block 1 to Block 3. We had the Block 1, we had the Block 2, we had the Bravo, which is a dual seat version, and now we are having Block 3, which is an excellent aircraft in terms of capabilities. Okay, so I would request everyone, just not compare JF-17 Thunder with something Rafale. Okay, just don't compare it directly. Okay, they are two different aircrafts built in totally different scenarios and built totally for different roles. Okay, JF-17 Thunder is a single engine light combat aircraft, and on the other hand we have Rafale, which is double engine. Okay, so we have to understand this particular concept, that you can't really just compare the both aircraft, but in order, if you have to compare those aircraft, I would say that just imagine 150 JF-17 Thunders carrying 4 SD-10s and 2 each PL-15 and going into the enemy territory. May God bless our enemies. Okay, 150 Thunders carrying so many BVR missiles against what's the number, like 36? They are not even 36 over there, there are only 5. So relax, chill. We have to be realistic. First of all, we have to be proud on our product, because our product right now is capturing even the export market. Okay, Myanmar has bought it, and now we are hearing the news from Malaysia, and we are right now in the procedure to deliver Thunder to Nigeria. So be proud at your machine. Just don't compare it with the stuff which is imported. Okay, we can upgrade it, and right now Block 3 has excellent capabilities. Just compare the radars of Block 3 and Rafale. Rafale uses RBE2, I think, yes, RBE2 radar, and its range is like less than KLJ-7A. Okay, because its TRM modules are 900 and KLJ's modules are above 1000, or maybe some sources say that it's above 1200 even. So just don't compare those particular platforms and be proud at your machine. This is I would like to add in the end.
Many people ask the question to compare JF-17 Thunder with the Tejas. So now I will quote an aviation expert from India, Abhijit Iyer Mishra. He said,
भाई JF-17 ब्लॉक 1 भी तुम्हारे तेजस मार्क 3 से भी बेहतर होने वाला है, ठीक है ना? This is a Babus cannot manufacture planes.
that's all I want to say on this particular question.
In the end, thank you so much, Veer Antidote, for having me on this platform and allowing me to give the answers to our respected audience. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Perfectly summed up, Entai. Thank you so much, Entai, for much detailed and realistic answers. I have to say that it was really informative having this session with you. And we do hope that our followers will keep on asking great questions through all of our platforms. Before I end this video, I would like to request all of our followers to please visit our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter page. Thank you so much, and